Have you ever heard of the trend Elsagate? You might have heard of it from its disturbing Spider-Man and Elsa videos. It was a controversy that sparked outrage from many parents. The videos that included Spider-Man and Elsa, and which also included characters too, like the Joker, Hulk, and so much more, in which they're doing very questionable and inappropriate things such as violence, sexual content, injections, fetishes, murder, and more. Which is something a kid shouldn't be watching. Channels like Toy Freaks and such were known to the community. The trend began around 2016 and 2017, where kids would be on YouTube and watch questionable videos that they aren't supposed to be marketed towards young children. Fortunately, it's a trend again with characters like Bluey and Huggy Wuggy. Trendy kids characters doing inappropriate things no kids should ever watch. Thinking about it now, and most of these Elsagate videos are just eye cancer to watch. There's nothing really scared me, but just made me annoyed. Now, there are a few channels that did scare me. One being a channel that went by the name of Hey Kids. Hey Kids is a channel that focuses on multiple things. Videos including finger family videos and other videos, such as, for example, of real-life females acting like characters. What they were doing is that they were actually teaching young children to do good stuff and good lessons. This also applied to only one person as well. They sometimes lip-sync certain songs, but there's more to than this. It wasn't just videos like that which only featured finger family videos and those young girls teaching young children. There was something more sinister that was just that. Later on, there were videos of what appears to be this satanic-looking, cracked porcelain doll. It had a real human eyes and a real human mouth. Its appearance was something that wears different colors of the same clothing. The shirt included the face of a creature. The doll would represent an injured person. The doll would also tell young children about child abuse to their faces, and would even insult them on screen. He would often curse at them as well and tell them some really horrible shit. The channel was even featured connections to artificial intelligence and all such. The channels whose host was behind voicing the doll himself would claim statements about AI and artificial intelligence and how it will take over the world. The channel was later taken down due to it violating community guidelines and all such. Later came back with a new channel rebranded as Hey Kids AI for Adults, which would later reban their archived videos as if they weren't marked for children. The community posts for these children featured some very strange unexplained things in a different language. Many people have made multiple theories on the backstory of this bizarre YouTube channel. This channel was uploaded by an AI company who has been making robots since. One of the company's members was the one behind this channel. The man had a fascination with nature and all that such. However, he made this channel because of the dangers of AI and how it could create something like this to warn people on what artificial intelligence can do to you. At one point before one post was deleted, a message was seen on the screen in Russian that was translated to, "This is a warning about the future." The real man behind this channel died in 2020, and later replaced him with another man who sounded like him. The other man may have been the one who re-uploaded all the videos for Hey Kids AI for Adults. The videos were marked not for kids, and even told that in the titles of the videos. It's pretty clear that is not the case. Theory 2. The channel Hey Kids was ran by a drug-addicted psychopath who claimed Hayes has seen a cartoon figure with real human eyes and a real human mouth, and claimed he had dreams of it. The reason as the women were in the video is because they were kidnapped and tortured by this man. The man would force the woman to do stuff such as lip-sync music to children and such. The reason for them not talking at times is because they had experienced a lot of traumatic moments with the man being behind the channel. It was pretty clear that he was doing this on purpose. They even at times have some terrified expressions due to this. Some even claim the man who was behind the channel was a serial killer who tortured and murdered his victims for filming. They even claimed that he dreamed of some bald man with some annoying orange-like face towards himself. For some reason, I refused to believe that. It seemed like absolute bullshit. Theory 3. The reason for this channel is some sort of dark joke because it was a parody of Elsagate and it wasn't even remotely targeted for kids anyway. The channel's creator was only screwing around as some sort of satirical parody of some average Elsagate channel that includes Spider-Man and Elsa doing very inappropriate things and all such. In which he would make a channel for that, but not knowing that the kids would even watch it. I can understand that idea, but I don't know if it's even true. Theory 4. There was a member at YouTube or Google that decided to warn YouTube or Google not to mark YouTube for children and that there will be a lawsuit if children visited the website. He was referring to the fact that YouTube is not a website for young children to stay on. He didn't want the website to be targeted for young children and was very aware that YouTube isn't a place for kids. YouTube would later ignore this, but it's too late. In 2020, COPPA arrived towards children due to the fact that the increase of children watching YouTube. This is like an Adult Swim bumper. I can believe that theory, but I don't know. Conclusion. I have wrapped up the 4 theories I've seen so far by the time of writing this. Forums have sometimes made other ridiculous bullshit that it is easy not to believe in, such as the channel was run by a ghost or the channel runs by the channel's run by Satan, who will steal your soul down to hell. I didn't believe that. However, what I can say is this. I believe this is more of an ARG than something that was marketed for young children. Nightmind, a YouTube channel that has covered a lot of ARGs, including this one, has made a cover on this. All I'm going to say is don't believe in hilariously awful stuff if you're going to believe in such as the shock videos, Baby Burger, or 3 orangutans, 1 blender existing. That is all now, because since that may be an explanation on why the channel even exists in the first place. Well, that was pretty interesting if you ask me, but if you're wondering, this is on Ordinary James, and if you don't know what that is, it's just a web drive of creepypastas I mostly wrote. It's like my own creepypasta wiki, to say the least. But other than that, I am going to review another story I wrote. It's this story, and I will admit that it does have some pretty interesting theories. However, there is some problems with the story. In theory 2, there is a serial killer trope. It would have been worked better if it was just a kidnapper, but honestly, but serial killers are overdone, and they aren't necessary for creepypastas anymore. Yeah, it's interesting, but it's still not necessary. And the story does not involve in 1 theory, but rather involves in 5 theories instead of 1. But other than that, it does have some pretty interesting theories or lores, to say the least. I will believe more on the ARG theory the protagonist believes in. But other than that, if you don't know, Hey Kids is in fact a real channel, and yes, a child should not be watching it. Even though it's likely just an ARG, I still wouldn't let a child watch the channel, even with the titles disclaiming the child that it's not for children in the archive channel. But other than that, I will give this story some decent grammar. This story has some decent grammar. I'll give some story that points that. Anyway, my final rating of the story is either a 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. It was pretty interesting to think, but the serial killer trope wasn't necessary. Like, it wasn't that necessary. But now we are entitled to our own opinions, and if you disagree or agree, that is fine. Anyway, I'm out.